Hey YouTube, this is Aditya and here is my list of 5 biggest rivalries in the NBA. Basketball may have become a game of jazzy crossovers, crafty dunks, and long-range three-pointers, but there's always been one thing common throughout the generations of players that has made the game the success it is right now. And this is the old-fashioned rivalry between two alphas in their times. Now, I'm not talking about the dirty, hit you in the crotch type of violent rivalries, but the pure, you can't beat us punks, we're gonna destroy you on the court rivalries. Taking into account the greatness of the individuals and their teams and the magnitude of their rivalries, let's start by going old school to the very beginning of the NBA to where the real competition began. Bill Russell, yes, the guy with the finals MVP trophy named after, was like a defensive roadblock. He used to block shots with such force that people started to alter their shots just because of his presence around them. Enter Wilt Chamberlain. The guy had a season averaging 50 points and a 100-point game. The offense machine he was, it felt like nobody, and I mean nobody, could stop him from going to the rim. And thus began the rivalry between an unstoppable force and an immovable object. While initially the two alphas became buddies, the true rivalry began when it was believed that Wilt could only score when Russell wanted him to. Ouch, that's gotta hurt. Russell's Celtics won 7 out of 8 playoff series against Wilt's Warrior, 76ers and the Lakers team. On the other hand, Wilt outscored and out-rebounded Russell throughout their careers. Russell went on to win 11 championships while Wilt only managed to win just 2. The next rivalry is between Larry Bird and Magic Johnson that can be traced back to the 1979 NCAA Finals where Magic Johnson's team won. 7 months later, both Bird and Johnson joined the NBA together. In the rookie year, Magic went on to win the NBA championship with the Lakers, but in the next season, Bird won the championship with the Celtics. What is unique about this rivalry is that unlike the modern day players who remain coy about their rivals, these two are completely open about it. They used to keep track of each other's stats and would try to outbest each other. Finally, in 1984, Magic and Bird went against each other for the championship in the NBA Finals, and Bird's Celtics crushed the Lakers after coming back from a 0-2 deficit to winning it all in Game 7, causing a big setback to Magic. The next year, Magic played with one mission and one mission only, and that was to beat Bird's Celtics, and that's exactly what he did. The 1985 Lakers, led by Magic Johnson, became the first team to beat the Celtics on their home court to win the NBA championship. In 1986, Bird won his third consecutive MVP and the championship. But then again in 1987, Magic became the MVP and gave the Lakers another championship with a heroic last-minute shot to win the game. This marked the end of the epic rivalry between Magic Johnson and Larry Bird, and that too on a happy note. Now, it was the year 1989. The Detroit Pistons, a new emerging team, toppled Larry Bird's Celtics to gain dominance in the Eastern Conference on the basis of their ruggedness and physicality and became the bad boys of the NBA. Enter Michael Jordan, this smooth, crafty fella who would just amaze the crowd with his skill set and suave. He was winning hearts and matches all over America. His team, the Chicago Bulls, and he were more athletic than the Pistons, and the Pistons realized this. Remember when I told you that these rivalries weren't physically violent? Well, I lied. The Pistons, in order to gain control of the rivalry, chose a very unusual method. They began to mentally and physically force the Bulls into losing it. There were times when Pippen was punched in the face just to provoke him to do something silly. And the fun part was that strategy worked and worked well for about 3 years, in which the Pistons eliminated the Bulls every time in the playoffs and went on to become back-to-back champions as well. They even came up with the Jordan rules, look it up, that more or less nullified Jordan's presence on and off the court. The rivalry finally came to an end when in 1991, the Bulls, with Phil Jackson's triangle offense, swept the Pistons in the playoffs. The Pistons never became a competition for the Bulls since then. The 21st century began with the dominance of Kobe Bryant and Shaquille O'Neal's Los Angeles Lakers, and a rivalry began almost instantly with the Sacramento Kings. It began when the Kings lost to the Lakers in the Western Conference playoffs, first in the year 2000 and then in 2001. In both the years, the Lakers went on to become the NBA champions. What makes this rivalry so special is the Western Conference Finals of 2002. While Game 4 slipped out of the Kings' hands with a buzzer beater by Robert Horry of the Lakers, it was Game 6 that will remain the highlight of this rivalry. In what is considered to be the most infamous match in the history of the NBA, the Kings lost to the Lakers in the overtime. Reasonable questions were raised regarding this game on a number of unfortunate events that took place during the game, like the fact that the Lakers took 27 free throws just in the fourth quarter, or the fact that Kobe Bryant was not called for a foul on this elbow to Mike Bibby's nose. Many believe that the NBA is rigged and that game was fixed for the Lakers to win in order to complete their three-peat or to win the championship for 3 consecutive years. Whatever the case may be, that game set huge huge disappointments for the Kings franchise, as that was the year the Kings should have won the title. Now the final rivalry on my list is between Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan. So this rivalry is not as much as a face-to-face rivalry as it is of their legacies. Let's put them to comparison. Here are few of the many stats that Bryant and Jordan share. While they both had amazing careers, their achievements are almost the same. Besides the similar achievements, Jordan and Bryant are extraordinarily alike on the court as well. From the tongue sticking out during a fast break to the post moves, everything is amazingly alike. And then there is the never-ending discussion of who is better, Jordan or Bryant, that still and will continue to flare up NBA fans for hot debates anytime, any day. And that's my list. Let me know in the comments if I missed any of the big rivalries, and don't forget to subscribe. Click on these thumbnails to watch some of my other videos. This is Aditya Pandey signing off.